With Death Battle Season 9 coming to a close pretty soon with the exact same matchup as its season finale, I thought it would be pretty fun to look over the DBX between Gogeta and Vegito. And I know I already went over this DBX in my DBX retrospective, but that video is god-awful and I sincerely hope you don't watch it if you want to have sanity at the end of the day. Also, I didn't do scripts back then, so yeah. Also, I am lazy and terrible at writing intros, and I just don't want to stretch this out for the next 2 minutes, so let's just get right into the DBX. So it starts off with the usual DBX intro. Ringmaster enters the stage, he shows off his flair for the dramatic, he explains the giant hole in the arena, and then introduces one of his many co-hosts in the season, Boomstick. And not even a minute in and I already have to bitch. Marshall and Boomstick are really not a good pairing, and before anyone brings up my old video where I ranked Boomstick as my second favorite co-host of the DBX season, that video was shit, so shush. Anyway, yeah, Boomstick and Ringmaster don't really have the same chemistry as Wiz and Boomstick. This is primarily due to their characteristics. Marshall, being the one who runs DBX, is naturally a very destruction-obsessed character, only this time he likes to add some flair into his performance. Boomstick, on the other hand, is also a very destruction-obsessed character. So, instead of clashing like Wiz and Boomstick do, it just feels like you're watching the different version of the same character. That being said, I do like some of the interactions the two have. Especially Boomstick noogieing Marshall while he tries to get away and fix his hair. That is pretty funny, actually. And that's about it. This beginning part is just nothing interesting or worthwhile. Anyway, the analysis segment is pretty boring, but Death Battle logic states that if an analysis is boring, then the fight must be super entertaining, right? No, it isn't. Now, that's not to say it's bad, quite the contrary, actually. There are some pretty cool moments in this fight. I like them hitting so hard that they move the earth. I also like them shattering reality over and over again as they continuously clash with each other. That's about it, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. This isn't really that interesting of a fight. Just a standard Dragon Ball fight, only this time it's a lot slower with less key techniques. Plus, they didn't even get Vegeta's fusion animation right. Where is the patented no place touch fusion? This is hyperbole of the highest order. Kinda lame, not gonna lie, Wiz. Speaking of the sprites, I think it's about time we address the yellow elephant in the room. These sprites are just not very good. I don't understand why they decided to go with the chibi big head sprites, but I assure you it was not a good choice. They just look so off when compared to other sprites we've gotten this DBX. Except the weird and crappy big head sand sprites in Ness vs. Sans. That sprite is awful and I hate it. Also, the music is just a weird choice. It's not bad, but it doesn't really sound very Dragon Ball. It sounds more like Black Adam vs. Apocalypse-ish. And by that I mean it sounds very Egyptian. Anyway, so yeah, nothing of substance happens in this fight. We get the two Gokus and Vegetas fusing. Gogeta fires a beam and Vegeta blocks it. The two get into a beam struggle after Gogeta uses his confetti attack. That's a nice detail. I think that's adorable. I like it. They shatter reality a bunch. Gogeta uses the Stardust Breaker on Vegito, and Vegeta dies by Gogeta becoming different PNGs. Speaking of, isn't the Stardust Breaker only supposed to annihilate evil? Why does it work on Vegito then? Last I checked, Vegito wasn't evil. Also, why is Gogeta characterized more like Vegito than Vegito is? Gogeta's only real moment of cockiness was during his fight with Omega Shenron, and look how that turned out. Hell, even in his fight with Broly, he didn't get cocky. Sure, he had a shit-eating grin on for most parts of the fight, but he still went in to do a job, not to play around like a little kid. Throughout the fight, and by that I only mean like 2 real moments, we see Gogeta taunt Vegeta with confetti, and basically challenging him to hit him in the forehead. I know Vegito does this since he's like some of the worst parts of Goku and Vegeta mixed into one, but Gogeta, on the other hand, he knows his time limit is short, so he has to take down his foe before it's too late. So why does he take time taunting Vegito? Finally, the ending. Good lord, the ending. Gogeta uses the Stardust Breaker on Vegito, and it works for some reason, despite Vegito not being evil, as I've already explained. Then, Gogeta turns into a bunch of PNGs and Vegito dies. Underwhelming. Oh, and Vegito's ending isn't that much better. He just slices up Gogeta with his key sword. Again, underwhelming. Also, why the fuck is Goku just sitting in midair? It doesn't even look like he's floating, he just sat down in the air. And then Nest vs. Sans was released as the next episode, so 0 out of 10 overall. Okay. In all seriousness, the DBX isn't bad. I do like it. But it's just a bit generic and just uninteresting. It really does leave no impact on the audience whatsoever. And the animation isn't bad. It's fast-paced, the sound design is pretty good, and I do really like the planet moving scene. But it's just so... nothing. There's nothing memorable here. At the very least, I would have expected a times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha versus the final Kamehameha as the finishing move, and not just to be thrown in as a regular beam struggle that lacks any sort of emotional impact. Maybe Gogeta can use Stardust Full to try and overwhelm Vegito, or Vegito uses the Saiyan Shield to guard against Gogeta's attacks. There's just a lot more you can do than just punch, kick, rapid punches, bluff Kamehameha, beam struggle, reality shattering, etc. Look, I know DBX doesn't have the same budget as Death Battle, but surely they could do a lot more than what we got, right? And I know most of this video is just me being a negative Nancy, but trust me, I really do like this DBX. It's just... I feel like it deserved a lot better than what it got. That's really all I have to say, so... Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you all so much. I will see you when Gogeta vs. Vegito Death Battle comes out, and I am immediately disappointed that Gogeta lost. If you can't tell, I am rooting Gogeta. I do like him more than Vegito. But that's just me. You may have your own opinion. But so yeah, see you all in a bit. Okay, so truth be told, that's where this video was initially supposed to end. That's the end of the script and everything. But we just got our first look at Gogeta vs. Vegito Death Battle. I'm keeping that take. And here it is. So, my thoughts overall, I think it looks pretty good. It looks like they're using the Fighters Z model, or the Fighters models. And that's pretty cool, because those models are spectacular. I do kind of hope that they kind of emulate what Fighters does, and, like, kind of go with, like, I know it's gonna sound... I don't know if this is 100% accurate to what Fighters does, but kind of go for, like, a low frame rate kind of style, if that makes sense? Like, where everything's a little more cartoony, in a way, I guess. Because, like... Fighters is, like, one of the most aesthetically pleasing animations in a fighting game since fucking Guilty Gear or BlazBlue or whatever. So, if the animation gets that down, then I will be all for that, because, again, I just love the animation in that game. I love how kind of stretchy and bouncy it feels, while also kind of remaining stiff and solid. I guess that's what I'm going with. What I'm trying to say is Fighter Z has, like, I keep alternating between the two, but it has really good animation. And that's what I hope for here. So, it looks pretty good. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, that's really about it. So, thank you all so much for watching. And you'll get to peep at the new outro I made. So, see you all then. Bye.